Welcome to Let's Talk Charity with your host, Sherry. Each week, Sherry will share her years of experience and expertise working with nonprofits, philanthropists, and fundraising events. A new foundation will be highlighted weekly, and you'll learn about their mission, members, and clients. You'll hear about their goals, fundraising ideas, upcoming events, and they will share how they are making a difference in the lives of others. Let's Talk Charity is brought to you by 1000 North. Learn more at 1000north.com and call 561-570-1000 for reservations. Now, here's Sherry.
Good morning and welcome to Let's Talk Charity, where we highlight the people and organizations making a real difference. Today I'm honored to welcome Lisa Stella, Executive Director of Lighthouse for the Blind. Her work is transforming lives by helping individuals with vision loss regain independence, confidence, and hope. Lisa, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you so much for inviting me to be here. It's such a pleasure to see you.
It's wonderful to see you too. So please, today we're focusing on growing challenges affecting families across Palm Beach, Martin County, St. Lucie, Indian River, Okeechobee counties, vision loss. That is a lot because that is all the area that you cover.
Yes, it is a lot, but it's very meaningful work. And we will be 80 we are 80 this year. We've been around since 1946. So we are celebrating our 80th year, and we are really driving awareness so people understand the work that we do in the 5 counties, even though most people who receive our services get them in the home, because we don't have a brick and mortar in every county. We just have one here in Palm Beach right now.
80 years. That's amazing. Yes. So how are you going to celebrate that?
Well, we're kicking it off with a bunch of sip-and shops. So we had one already at J. McLaughlin. Lily Lovers of the Palm Beach has hosted us for the month of February. And we are going to have at Lily Pulitzer a sip-and shop at the five different stores on March 12th. We'll be in Boca, Delray, Hope Sound, Palm Beach Gardens, and Worth Avenue.
That's wonderful.
Yes, we're very excited about it. We'll all be wearing Lily that day.
Yeah, I imagine so. When a parent learns their child has vision loss, and we're talking about more than 2,000 children in Palm Beach County alone, what emotions do families experience, and how does your team respond in this first moment?
A lot of it is grief, depression. A lot of it is they're very sad. They don't know how to help their child because that's all they want to do. And we're very fortunate that we have some very, very passionate people who are really, really caring. And it's not only about the child, but it's about the whole family.
Absolutely.
And teaching the whole family how to help that child meet the developmental milestones they need to.
Could this be any age child?
It could be any age child. We go from birth to earth. So we get blind babies who are born blind, and we get others that lose their vision, and we have to help the families adjust and the children.
Yes, and in what ways do you help the family? Because that's got to be so traumatic for them to accept.
Well, for the younger ones that are younger than 5 before they can go to regular school, we do have our teachers that come into the home. And they work with the families and they help the child navigate the environment. They'll need to know how to be able to get around. They'll need to know how to learn how to feed themselves. They'll need to learn how to play. Again, we're so used to stimulating our children by looking at them and giving them cues that these children can't see. So our teachers are very well trained in making sure that they meet those challenges, but they have to do it a little differently, that's all.
And the teachers go to their home.
They do, and they spend time with them, and they usually through the Division of Blind Services, they have a case, and they help the child through the first 5 years of life, do the one-on-one at the home, and then when the child goes to school, they usually have from 30 minutes to an hour a week, they have somebody at the school that helps them. But then we also supplement that by having different activities on the weekends and camp during the summer and all kinds of different activities that we take the kids throughout the community.
Are these volunteers or are these paid staff members?
They're paid staff members. So we do have people on our team that actually work during the weekends and during the summer to work with the children.
Can you share a story of a young child who began receiving your services early and how interventions changed the developmental path?
Well, I have a really great story because our luncheon is March 25th at the Beach Club, and our keynote is a young lady who was a blind baby, and she's now an assistant district attorney in West Palm Beach, and she has a guide dog. So the sky's the limit. We just have to make it happen.
Absolutely, it is the 11th. And that's going to be when? March 25th?
March 25th at the Beach Club.
Okay, are tickets still available?
Tickets are still available, but they're going fast. We only have a
Okay.
few left.
So if a listener wanted one, they would go to your website?
Yes, go to our website, and automatically when you go to lhpb.org, there is a screen that goes up and asks you if you want to attend the event. So it's really user-friendly.
She's got to have a remarkable story.
She does, and and the really neat thing about her is that she's working with young men and women who have gone down the wrong path, and that's the law that she's chosen. She's working with the juveniles.
Are these juveniles with vision problems?
No. These are regular children that you would meet that unfortunately got in trouble.
With hundreds of children across St. Lucie, Martin, Indian River, and Okeechobee counties also affected, what barriers do families in smaller communities face?
Again, transportation is key to independence. So with the adults who are older, crossing county lines can be difficult at times if we do group activities. With the children, of course, we just have to know how to schedule the time with them up until they're 5 years old. And then, of course, we do have, company vehicles where we do pick up the children and take them for group activities on the weekends and evenings and during the summer, if need be.
Yeah, I would think transportation would definitely be a problem.
Again, it's key to independence,
Yes.
and especially for our adults, they rely on it because how do they get a chance to have a life if they don't have the transportation to take them to the grocery store, take them to the doctor, take them to the Lighthouse, so they can go and hang out and enjoy others who are also visually impaired and also hear a speaker and have a meal. So we have a lot of fun, and again, that's why we have a really good relationship with Palm Trend, and we want to make sure that we continue that because they're so helpful to our clients, especially here in Palm Beach. The other counties we're working on. So,
Do any of the ride shares help?
they can. It just depends on how it's set up. Palm Trend has been very creative, and they've started using Uber and an organization called UServe, and they also have Lyft that they use for different opportunities for transportation. It just, when they negotiate with the other transportation vendors, they get a little creative to see what works and what doesn't work, but mainly safety is the number one issue.
Oh,
so you want to make
definitely.
sure they're safe.
Tell me about someone who's lost their vision later in life.
Devastating. You don't have something that you've always had. So what's really interesting for me and actually really meaningful for me is that when you hear somebody coming in there, they think their life is over and they think that this is the beginning of the end. But when they meet with some of our teachers and they start learning how to relearn how to do all the things that they wanted to do before in the past or they loved doing, then all of a sudden the sky's the limit. They just know that they can still enjoy all those things except drive a car, fly a plane. And then, it's just a different way of doing it. So then you start hearing the joy, you start hearing the laughter, you start hearing, the back and forth and the joking, and it's just such a beautiful thing.
Well, acceptance is the answer, but it just takes a while to get there.
Yes.
And I can imagine what they would all go through later in life. It could be from an accident that they lost their vision, a medication, an illness, diabetes. Yeah, many things that could affect your vision.
And again, too, at the Lighthouse, we have independent living skills that we teach. Of course, our trainers will go to the person's home, give them assistance in orientation and mobility so they know how to navigate their living space, but they also put bump dots on their appliances so they know what's on and off, and they also help them navigate different things. But in a group setting, when they have independent living skills, they actually prepare a meal together. So you may have 5 or 6 clients that come together and they're making a vegetable soup that day. They're peeling the carrots, they're cutting the celery, they're doing all these different things. They're just relearning how to do the things they used to do before.
Well, it's nice that they do that as a group together.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And then they laugh. And also iPhone training is really fun, too, because here are people that never thought that they could master an iPhone, and they're making friends with the other people in the class. They're doing text messages together because they're practicing and calling each other. So they really learn how to utilize the tool so it can help them.
I love that. What are some of the misconceptions that people have about blindness or visual impairment?
People think that you're less than, and You're not. You're still a wonderful human being that has so much to give. It's just sometimes you just need a little extra help. And that's why we have accessibility tools and devices, just to make people successful at the things that they want to do and need to do. It may be a magnifier. It may be software that talks to them and tells them what's going on because they can't see it. And they're able to navigate the keyboard and other different tools to make sure that they can do the job they did before in the past.
Tell me about some of the new technology that's out, because there's quite a bit of technology out there that helps visually impaired.
Biggest game changer? You want to hear about it?
I want to hear all about it, because I remember having a conversation with you in the past, and I was so impressed by all these options and things that people have to help them.
Well, the latest and greatest that was not made for the blind community are the Ray-Ban Meta glasses. They have been an unbelievable game changer. Again, they have to know how to navigate their iPhone, but the Meta glasses work in tandem with the iPhone. And one of the examples that I love that one of our clients shared with us is that they opened their refrigerator one day and they said, Meta, what's in my refrigerator? And then Meta, of course, takes a picture and they tell them all the items that are in the refrigerator.
Through the glasses.
Through the glasses. And then the client said, well, based on what I have in my refrigerator, what can I make myself to eat? How crazy is that?
That's incredible. I've heard about these glasses that also help with foreign languages, too.
Oh, yes.
You know, traveling, it helps with you.
I have an even better example. I have a gentleman who is one of our instructors. And he was working with a woman who English is not her first language. She really speaks very little English, but she speaks Spanish fluently. And he was doing different exercises with her, teaching her how to navigate the software package that would help her be more independent. And when he asked her a question, she would say, yes, yes. So he said one day to her, yada, yada, and she said, yes. And he knew that she really wasn't getting it.
Oh, wow.
So what he did is through one of our grant processes, we were able to get her a pair of Meta glasses. So what happens is when he's teaching her, he'll say something to her in English and it'll translate in Spanish, so she'll be able to navigate the keyboard more effectively. Crazy,
that AI
huh?
is something else, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
It's amazing. You know, used right, it is really miraculous.
Well, yes. And again, like I said, and the gentleman who I was just talking about, our instructor, said he's lost his sight when he was a teenager. He's in his 40s now. He said now is the best time to be blind because there's just so many tools you can use to help you navigate the world.
Well, those glasses are definitely pretty amazing.
I think so, too.
I think I want a pair when I'm traveling.
That would help you.
Absolutely. Because I've been to places where nobody spoke English. I mean, they're all speaking Italian, and I'm like, oh, now what? But now that I've heard a lot of good things about those, and it's amazing what it's doing for the visually impaired.
Yes, we're really excited about it. And again, every time we're introduced to another tool, you never know what it can do for a different community. So we try things out when we get an opportunity and to see if it's something that makes a difference.
What are the biggest challenges that your organization is facing right now?
Right now, we are really challenged with funding. And the reason why we're challenged with funding is because 65% of our funding comes from the state. And right now, it seems like we're in pretty good shape with our contracts. Again, these are blind babies all the way to older seniors. But if the governor decides to change the budget, or there's other things that happen within the budget and the Division of Blind Services can't fund us, then we have to look for other revenue resources, which we've been trying to build. We've been trying to build more partnerships and sponsorships in the area, people who will invest in our cause because they really see that it makes a difference in our community.
Do you partner with other nonprofits?
Yes, as a matter of fact, Extraordinary Charities has been a really big partner of us. One particular program, Recipes for Success, has been working with our clients.
They're really great.
And we have we've had about 12 of our clients go through their program and get culinary certification, and it's just been a game changer for them. A lifestyle changer, too. They've really learned how to cook. And of course, Chef Greg, the gentleman who runs the program, just absolutely loves it. And he loves our students.
Can you share a story about someone who was able to go out and find a successful career or job?
Yes, as a matter of fact, out of the 39 municipalities here in Palm Beach County, there are 2 that are really disability friendly, and it's Boynton Beach and Wellington. And we have a gentleman that is a former client that works as a full-time person in the city of Boynton Beach and helps them with their programs, so people are more in tune to what people with disabilities can do.
That's pretty incredible.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, you've got a lot going on. So many, 80 years.
Yeah.
Congratulations on that.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah. So your celebration begins on March the 25th.
Yes, and we're also going to have our 80th gala at the Pelican Club on December 3rd.
Oh, wonderful.
So, I mean, we're celebrating all year round, but we decided last year that we were going to own October as White Cane Awareness Month, because White Cane Awareness Day, Lyndon B. Johnson made it a law in the 60s. It's October 15th, so we celebrate with our clients, and a lot of times they'll walk the streets in a group just to celebrate their independence because they're able to navigate the world with a white cane. But we're going to celebrate the whole month of October and just make people more aware of the work that we're doing and the talented people that we get a chance to work with.
Tell me about your volunteers. What do they do to help you?
Oh, they are pretty amazing. We have a bunch of different kinds of volunteers. The volunteers that help us with the Focus Club, which we have the first Friday of every month, they've been former teachers who may have dealt with people with disabilities. They come in and they give it all their heart. They may serve, drinks. When I mean drinks, I mean like soda and also a luncheon item, maybe a sandwich and stuff. As the clients are being entertained, maybe by a music group, or they may have an instructional session and they may learn how to vote, or there's just different other topics that come to the people. So this way they know that they can embrace things that they could be doing in their lives, which is really exciting. And we do have other volunteers that will come in and work special events. We have for an Easter egg hunt coming up, and the eggs beep to help the children find them. And so we have recruited a bunch of volunteers to help assist us with the children so they can find their Easter eggs.
Beep. I love that.
Yes.
Okay. When will that be?
That will be in the month of March. We'll have that on the. I just spoke to Elizabeth, who leads the youth services. It's in the month of March, and I just can't remember the date. She did share it with me, but it'll be on our website.
How can the local community in Palm Beach County support Lighthouse for the Blind?
Okay, good question. Well, again, you can volunteer your time or your professional experience. You can advocate for accessibility policies and affordable eye care, and you can donate to expand services for children, adults, and seniors across our region.
That's incredible. That's a lot that people can help you do.
And they can attend our events. They're a lot of fun.
Yes. Okay, and they would find out about those on your website?
Yes.
And what is your website?
lhpb.org.
With the rise of visual impaired people, what are you doing for the increased demand?
I'm actually, through this awareness campaign that I've really facilitated this year, what I want to do is build a couple of different programs. What I have found is that when somebody retires out of this vocation, I don't have anybody to replace them with. So what I would like to do is see if I can bring that kind of education here locally. So I'm working with different universities to see what we can do to make that happen. Additionally, I want to build a scholarship program. So when I go out to organizations like Junior Achievement and I meet with juniors and seniors, I can present them with a full scholarship and then also give them a job that's 100% employable. So, if they don't have a student loan and they have a job when they're out of school, because they've been working with the Lighthouse and they've been getting this education, it's a win-win for everybody because we all have a shortage in this vocation, not only me, throughout the state of Florida and nationwide.
Right. I believe that, definitely. So. If there's a listener who's struggling with vision loss right now that's listening to the program, what would you say to encourage them?
This is just the beginning of a different chapter. It's going to be, everything is going to be what you enjoyed before in the past, but it's just going to be done differently. Just be patient with yourself, give yourself some grace, and just come and ask us for help.
So that's very good advice to definitely call you to get guidance.
That's what we're here for.
If our viewers remember just one thing about blindness or visual impairment, what would you want that to be?
It doesn't make you less than. Give somebody a chance. They just have to do something a little differently or with a little extra assistance, but probably one of the most dependable people that you would ever have in your life. So I would say, honestly, give them a chance.
So sounds like there's a stigma to vision loss and blindness. And that's something I think needs to change.
I think so too. And that's why I think having these conversations with our local representatives, which I've had, the local House representatives and senators, as well as, proclaiming White Cane Safety Awareness Day and White Cane Safety Awareness Month throughout the counties is really important to have people recognize that this is just the beginning of something different.
Do most of these people have family that live with them, or are they living alone?
It depends. We do have people who are totally blind who live alone. They are very independent. It just depends on the individual. Of course, children will be with their families, and then the teenagers go off to college, so they have to learn how to navigate the college space and their surroundings there. And then, of course, older people, they get married, they have young families, they buy homes. And, of course, the older people who may lose a spouse, they have to learn how to, regain their independence and do things a little differently.
I mean, someone who loses their vision, that doesn't stop them from living a full life.
No.
From being an amazing singer like Andre Bocelli.
That's right.
It doesn't stop anyone from living out their biggest dreams in the world.
Well, a funny story is that, one of our instructors who's totally blind now, she was in the airport one day, and she ran into Stevie Wonder, and he actually taught her how to use her iPhone.
He did.
Isn't that crazy? And it's a true story. So, yeah.
You need to teach me how to use mine. Yeah, because that's something. They change it. It seems like every time we get a new iPhone, it changes. Mm-hmm. Gotta learn how to use it. Well, Lisa, this has been a great conversation.
Well, thank you for having me.
The numbers tell a powerful story. Thousands of children and adults in a 5-country region are living with significant vision challenges right now. And with cases expected to rise in the years ahead and the need for early intervention, job training, assistive technology, and senior support services will only grow. And this is what you're doing. You're providing so much knowledge to help so many people for the last 80 years.
Yes. And again, there's a lot more work to do. So if you'd like to join us, we'd love to have you. If you'd like to support us, we'd love to, again, we encourage that you do, and we'd love to have you see what we do. Come and ask us for a tour.
Do you need volunteers?
We do need volunteers periodically. Just give us a call and see if there's anything you can do to help us.
Well, the event you got coming up, that might be a possibility for someone to come help.
That is a possibility. And like I said, we do have the first Friday of the month, we have focus clubs, and we always need volunteers for that. Tomorrow, our adults are going to Murakami Museum, and they're going for a tour there. They're going to spend the day and have lunch. So it's volunteers and the adult group. I think there's about 30 adults going. So we're really excited about that opportunity.
They're staying busy. They're
They
living
sure
a full
are.
life.
Uh-huh. And we're going to make sure that they do.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much. Lisa, thank you for sharing the incredible work of Lighthouse for the Blind. You're truly changing lives in our community. If today's conversation inspired you, I encourage you to get involved and support this meaningful mission. Go to their website, make a donation, and see what else you can do and how you can help. Until next time, keep shining your light and giving from the heart. Thank you, Lisa.
Thank you, Sherry.
To everyone, go out and have a beautiful day and spread love and kindness always. Thank you.
Thanks for listening to Let's Talk Charity on Legends 100.3, brought to you by 1000 North. For reservations, call 561-570-1000. Tune in at the same time next week for more with Sherry and how these wonderful organizations and you can make a difference.